$700 for the Flashforge Creator 5, including 2 kilograms of filament, and $850 for the U1, including a spare hot end and 2 kilograms of filament as well. These printers are kind of always on sale and come with gifts, so we're talking about a $150 to $200 price difference for these rather affordable tool changers. The problem? At first glance, it's hard to realize if there are any compromises made with the cheaper offer Flashforge delivers with the Creator 5. So, question is, how was Flashforge able to make that lower priced offer, and how does it affect the user experience? Scope of delivery, print quality and more. We have a closer look at the Flashforge Creator 5 and check if it's worth it to save the money over the Snapmaker U1. But first, this. Thanks to PCBWay for sponsoring today's video. PCBWay offers a wide range of services like CNC machining, sheet metal fabrication, 3D printing, injection molding and of course PCB production. Getting a quote for your projects is easy. Upload a file of your design, specify the parameters, add additional information, kindly wait for the quick shipping and you're ready to go. Check out the link below in order to go the PCBWay with your project. I won't bore you to death with the unboxing experience, as it seems quite standardized for Chinese printers meanwhile, so just a few notes on what's noticeable for me, especially in comparison to Snapmaker's U1. First of all, you don't get a lot of tools or extras like a spare hot end with the Creator 5. You get what's necessary to get it running and maintained. Filament, just enough for a first little 4-color benchy print. Snapmaker in comparison grants a bit more tools as well as a spare hot end. Assembly of the Creator 5 is quick and convenient. The manual is good and all the wiring and tubing is already done for you. In comparison, there is more to do to get the U1 ready for printing. On the Creator 5, attaching the wiring module as a whole and getting the toolheads onto the docks shouldn't be a problem for anyone. Spool holders, screen and first time setup, super easy. So while scope of delivery is a bit more limited in comparison to Snapmaker U1, the setup of Creator 5 is a bit easier and quicker. The 4-inch touchscreen is crisp and the layout is fine. Every option needed can be found intuitively. No complaints concerning the user interface. Concerning size, resolution and layout, the touchscreen of Creator 5 is better than on Snapmaker U1. On the left of the printer there is an USB-A port, which can be used for print files and exporting log files or time lapses. There is no Ethernet port. Network connectivity is Wi-Fi only, same as U1. The user is not intended to have access to the firmware. A recent jailbreak revealed open source Klipper code on the memory, so I asked Flashforge 4 questions about the usage of Klipper, Moonraker and Mainsail. Unfortunately, and until release of this video, I did not get any answer to these. Snapmaker U1 is a role model in these aspects. You get full access on firmware and you can mostly do what you want with your printer. Modified open source Klipper, Moonraker and Fluid components have been released publicly. Loading filament is rather old school and done manually on Creator 5. It works, I got used to it, but it's a bit inconvenient to have to do that process of loading and nozzle purging one after another. Snapmaker U1 is super convenient here. Filament loading and unloading is fully automated. That's one of the biggest advantages you'd buy with the Snapmaker U1 over the Creator 5. First print, first benchy. A rather primitive version with 4 colors simply stacked onto each other. Before starting the print there are options for calibration and for time-lapse. Activating bed leveling and flow calibration adds up significantly to print start time as the bed is always fully leveled. The 3D benchy looks okay, but what's noticeable? Vertical fine artifacts. It's on the tower, it's on the 3D benchy. It's hard to overlook, even on that rather matte PLA filament included. Let's have a closer look at that topic. I usually print this part from shiny black PETG to have a closer look at the extent of VFA. And yes, you can see it's quite prominent. While testing, Flashforge pushed an update to Creator 5 which should address VFA as well, but there's not much improvement. To be clear and fair, vertical fine artifacts are a mostly unsolved issue for FDM printing in general. Sometimes it's worse, sometimes it's better, depending on hardware and software. but it's almost everywhere. Snapmaker U1 has visible VFA as well, but it's not as strong as on Creator 5. And it comes with a 10mm 1.5 GT belt, which is meant to be actually beneficial concerning VFA problems. We have a linear rail for the x-axis and smooth rods for the y-axis. The toolhead design is efficient and smart from my perspective. There is only one extruder motor located on the toolhead carrier. Snapmaker U1 in comparison has one motor on each toolhead, which makes it slightly more complex. On Creator 5, this cuts costs and contributes to the lower price without the real disadvantage for the user. Also, each toolhead on Creator 5 comes with a full heating system, meaning there is no dependency on the carrier for heating up the hot end, like for example on Index, which heats the induction hot ends only while being attached to the carrier. Preheating before toolchange is not possible on Index. Fast induction heating is meant to compensate for this. So on U1 and Creator 5, these can be heated up beforehand while being parked on the docks. The first print I sliced were these individually colored 4 cubes to have a better look at the tool changing speeds. Tool changes print to print at default slicer settings are smooth and quick. As we can see in this overview, Creator 5 is among the quicker tool changes. Summed up, Creator 5 is fast concerning tool changing, and Flashforge were able to cut costs without disadvantages in core functionality. Though it's a bit louder than Snapmaker U1. As always, there is fan noise, but there's also a lot of mechanical noise coming from the motion system, which pushes noise over 60 dBA. This makes it objectively loud, but there's also noise quality, which is a topic of individual perception. I personally can't stand high-pitched noise, which for example Prusa XL or Snapmaker U1 emit, especially when tool changing. Listen for yourself. Flashforge Creator 5 is more bearable for me, even though it's louder objectively. Also, just like Snapmaker U1, it's completely silent when idle. There are no annoying mainboard fans.
Servus.
A plus for Creator 5 over U1, it has a silent mode, which reduces movement speeds by 50% and makes it significantly more silent. That can help if you place it in your sleeping room, for example. The print bed heats up quickly. Not the fastest I've measured, but for sure fast enough for not being a bottleneck. Compared to other printers I've measured, it's in the middle. No complaints. Also, heat distribution is good. Only a 5 degrees Celsius difference from center to edge, and it's only 5 degrees Celsius below the nominal max temperature of 120 degrees Celsius. Snapmaker U1 can only go up to 100 degrees Celsius. A full first layer print came out perfectly as well. In short, Creator 5 comes with a better print bed than Snapmaker U1. But nope, what's not good is the camera. It's 720p resolution and it's advertised as high rate. In reality, the stream shows below 10 FPS, but that's not the biggest problem here. The bitrate seems very low and quality is quite choppy. Also, lighting is not really bright. In a dark room, it's not enough to spot much of the print on camera. Real talk, video quality along with lighting is crap. Additionally, on the smartphone it takes ages to connect and many times it doesn't work at all. There is a LAN only mode, but you're locked up from the smartphone app then. In addition, no spaghetti detection, no obstacle detection, no helpful AI features in general on the Creator 5. That's a bummer, to be honest. These features can save your day if working properly. Snapmaker U1 is clearly better in every aspect concerning camera, lighting and AI helpers. Next, I tested PETG and TPU tasks to see how well Creator 5 handles retracts and stringing with rather challenging filaments. That Voronoi deer printed from PETG came out okay for what it is, though we can spot some stringing in between those vertical struts. Important to know, all filaments used for testing are dried and kept dry before printing. Also, the result here is quite similar to Snapmaker U1 and other printers I tested. I usually test TPU performance using this Voronoi cat. Lots of retracting, very challenging, but still, a lot of printers I tested performed well on this one. Creator 5 has problems. There is a lot of stringing with the stock generic TPU profile. I assume this can be resolved with some tweaking in Slicer, but as always, I test default profiles. Customers should expect good profiles and good print quality out of the box. Next, multimaterial. That lovely lower lag model invites to combine PLA for the bones, TPU for flexible joints, and PETG as support interface material for easy removal and nice bottom surfaces. As expected, a lot of stringing coming from TPU. Annoying, but this can be removed. Second, collapsed supports. This can happen, maybe some glue on the print bed can resolve this. The positive, it finished the print, that's a very challenging one as well, and it looks okay after a bit of manual post-processing. 4 PLA colors on this Deadpool bust worked nicely though. Zero complaints, and if we are honest, that's the main topic it's advertised for and probably used for. Printing colorful models. Only this tiny white little button seemed a bit sketchy, the rest came out nicely. After this print one toolhead threw multiple E0124 errors at me, I couldn't finish prints using all 4 toolheads anymore. According to Flashforge Wiki, it's either a damaged wiring harness or a faulty toolhead PCB. This issue couldn't be resolved for this video, so it's time to conclude. I think we've seen enough. The Creator 5 is one of the cheapest tool changes on the market, and it costs around 150 to 200 bucks less than Snapmaker U1, depending on discounts or sales. To keep it short, if both printers fit your budget, you should get the Snapmaker U1. Main reasons are, it's already semi-enclosed including a front door, you get a better camera and video feed. Most importantly, the automated filament feeding system alone is worth the additional expenses in my opinion. Ease of use is leveraged drastically with the automated filament feeding system. In addition, you get full access to printer and firmware out of the box. No artificial restrictions. If you are on a tight budget though, the Creator 5 can be okay as well, but you might fiddle with the generic TPU profile in the slicer to get better results. Print quality in general is okay and colorful figurines will come out nicely, though you'd need to live with relatively strong vertical fine artifacts for now. Also, you'd need to apply a jailbreak if you want full access to firmware and printer. The 120°C bed might be an advantage for some of you as well, if you plan to enclose it or if you want to get the C5 Pro. If I was able to help you decide on which one to get, please consider using the affiliate link below to support my work. If you're happy with this video, please like, share and subscribe for more quality reviews and projects. See ya, servus and bye bye! Thank you, Shulo!